Ladies and gentlemen, hold your cup of tea tight because today's news isn't just hot, it's boiling. Malawi's political stage has once again turned into a full-on Netflix drama featuring none other than Kambala, the man who just dropped secrets like confetti at a wedding, and the ever-watchful Banda catching every piece before it hits the floor. Koman tuinu. MCP is in the spotlight again, and this time it's not about campaign promises or ribbon cuttings. No, this is about zinsinsi, zoopsya, secrets that are shaking corridors of power and leaving the State House lights flickering. From shady business deals to political double-crossing, what Kambala has revealed today has tongues wagging across Malawi. Whether you're in Blantyre traffic or chilling in Mzuzu with your Fanta, this story has something for you. So, tighten your seatbelts because we're about to unpack 5 explosive facts from the MCP Banda drama that prove politics in Malawi isn't a quiet chess match. It's a whole boxing ring with microphones. Let's go. It all started when Kambala decided to open his mouth, not just for interviews, but for history. What came out wasn't gossip, it was dynamite. He revealed that classified information from within the Malawi Congress Party, MCP, somehow found its way to none other than Banda, a name that always trends when drama is brewing. Aí como isso desachilando. You see, leaks happen everywhere, in pipes, in relationships, but when it happens in government, that's a whole new game. The kind that makes ministers switch off their phones and say, let's meet offline. According to insider whispers, the information included internal project plans, business dealings under government contracts, and alleged extortion incidents, the kind where someone says, Bona, daramazatu ziri guti, and the answer comes back, wait for approval. Now, you might wonder, how serious could this be? Well, imagine opening your company's bank app and finding 5.4 billion kwacha missing. Suddenly, you understand why Kambala said enough is enough. The leaked details have painted a picture of a system crawling with corruption, unpaid contractors, and silent power brokers. And when Banda got hold of the truth, the whispers turned into sirens. Even small business owners in Longway started saying, MCP kutita sintu zoda buisa. Because when a leak like this hits the streets, it's not just politics, it's economics too. The real kicker, Kambala didn't just speak, he named names. He spoke about business contracts, forex shortages, and how some people are using government influence to control who gets paid and who doesn't. He called it extortion, straight to the camera. Bold, unapologetic, and very Malawian courage. And guess who was in the room listening? Banda, cool as ever, nodding like a man who already knew the end of the movie. Now, if you thought that was dramatic, wait until fact number 2, where we find out who might have whispered the secrets into Kambala's ear and why is giving MCP sleepless nights. This is where the story twists harder than a Blantyre traffic jam at 5 p.m. because after the leak came out, everyone started asking, Kodi, Dani Walankuha, who inside the MCP spilled the tea to Kambala? Some insider parties suspect that the information didn't come from just one person, but from a group frustrated by delayed payments and shady project management. You know that saying, a hungry man is an angry man? Well, imagine a contractor waiting 4 years for government payment. You don't need hunger, you need therapy. Reports suggest that some of the data came from old project files tied to civil engineering contracts, the same ones Kambala's company had worked on for years. The MCP government allegedly promised to clear payments, but kept pushing days like a lazy student with deadlines. And Banda, he became the unexpected receiver of the truth. Some say he was targeted with this info to spark a political explosion. Others say he was simply the right man at the wrong time, a journalist who got handed a live grenade. Either way, what's clear is that the MCP was caught off guard. Suddenly, meetings became members only. WhatsApp groups went silent, and everyone started acting like they forgot each other's numbers. Malawi, when insiders leak, they don't just whisper, they pour. The documents pointed to inflated invoices, ghost suppliers, and under-the-table operations. Kambala claimed he was threatened, even arrested once just to keep him quiet. He said they tried to shut me up, but I'm still talking. That's pure Malawian resilience, the type that says, Simonga telema, di langu habasi. This revelation shows us one thing. Corruption doesn't die easily. It relocates. Now, let's move to fact number 3, where we uncover what was inside those documents and why Banda's expression said it all.
When Brian Banda opened those documents, he wasn't expecting a bedtime story. What he found inside looked like a script for how to lose public trust in 10 easy steps. The files reportedly revealed massive financial irregularities, with figures like 5.4 billion kwacha and 900 million floating around like loose change in the government's sofa cushions. Projects were paid halfway, contractors abandoned, and others approved through shortcuts that would make even a magician blush. One section allegedly showed how political influence determined who got paid. Not merit, not completion, but connections. If you don't know someone in high office, one contractor said, your check sleeps longer than you. And then came the shocking confession. Kambala revealed that extortion had become normalized. Some officials allegedly demanded 10% kickback several times. Aye. Imagine doing work for years only to lose part of your payment because someone wants tea money. As Kambala said in his interview, you can't run a country like that. The economy will keep shrinking. That line hit home because everyone in Malawi knows the struggle. Forex shortage, rising prices, and businesses shutting down. Brian Banda didn't say much, but his body language said it all. That deep sigh of, here we go again. And to make it more dramatic, there were names. Ministers, advisors, and business partners appearing in notes and emails tied to questionable contracts. If this were a movie, the subtitle would read, How to Build an Empire with Other People's Money. But wait, because in fact number 4, the plot thickens. What did Brian Banda do with the revelations, and how did MCP react when they realized the story was going public? Now picture this. Brian Banda, sitting on a gold mine of political TNT, holding secrets that could rewrite headlines for months. What does he do? He plays it smart, calm, calculating, with just enough mystery to make everyone nervous. He didn't run to social media screaming breaking news, no. He simply dropped subtle hints, cryptic comments, and one of those raised eyebrow interviews that make people panic before the story even airs. MCP's response? Pure chaos. Meetings, statements, and damage control calls flying like mosquitoes in rainy season. Some members tried to dismiss it as miscommunication, others as propaganda. But by then, the genie was out of the bottle, and the bottle was trending on WhatsApp. Ayeko my MCP, yo. It was like watching a team try to play football without a goalkeeper. The shots kept coming. Meanwhile, Kambala stood firm, saying, I am not against the party, I am against corruption. That line hit social media like wildfire, with many calling him the whistleblower Malawi needed. Brian Banda became the unexpected hero and villain, depending on which side you ask. To some, he was the messenger of truth. To others, the man who embarrassed the establishment. And while all this drama was unfolding, the public watched with popcorn, saying, Hey, politics ndiye masewera. Now for fact number 5, the final act. What's next for MCP, Kambala, and Brian Banda, and why this story might just reshape Malawi's 2025 political landscape. Fast forward to the aftermath, because no Malawian story ends quietly. Since the revelations, the government has faced increasing pressure to respond. Audits are being whispered about, and political analysts are sharpening their pencils. The question now is, will these revelations bring accountability or just another round of finger-pointing? Kambala insists that this is not personal, it's patriotic. I started my business from nothing in 1989, and I just want fair play. That's the cry of many Malawians who feel left out of the system. Brian Banda, meanwhile, is treading carefully, staying vocal but strategic. He's gained massive attention for simply being the man who knows too much. MCP officials, on the other hand, are reportedly reviewing internal policies and trying to rebuild trust. But as one observer noted, you can't rebuild what's still burning. The people of Malawi, though, are awake. Conversations on radio, minibus, and social media all echo the same line. We deserve better. In the end, this isn't just about leaks or politics. It's about how power and truth wrestle in public view. And as one Blantyre businessman said, Malawi is changing, izizi, People are no longer afraid to speak. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the final moment, where we turn all this noise into one loud message. So what have we learned today? That in Malawian politics, truth travels fast, sometimes faster than the official statement. Kambala's courage to speak out, Brian Banda's cool handling, and MCP's awkward silence together create a moment of reckoning. It's not just about who leaked what. It's about who's listening and what we do with that truth. If this story made you think, made you laugh, or made you shout, izizi, then don't just scroll away. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another fearless breakdown from Global Pulse News, Malawi's boldest voice in digital storytelling. And of course, drop your thoughts below. Do you think Kambala's revelations will lead to change, or just another scandal forgotten by next week? Remember, news isn't just what's told, it's what you make of it. I'm your host, signing off with a reminder: stay sharp, stay woke, and stay proudly Malawian.